That one is my daughter's favorite, and I love the way they toast the bread.
I like them too, very much.
Chef David from the Buster Bean
Brown Bean Company.
You are in and you're making a healthy alternative to a fish fry.
Yeah. We've gotten into doing fish fries down at the restaurant, and they've become very popular. And I know that everybody likes to kind of try to be healthy in the new year. And one of the things that we do is we offer an Icelandic haddock 3 ways. You can get it beer battered and fried. You can get it panko crusted, or you can get it broiled. And so I'll be doing our broiled option as kind of like a healthier option. A piece of haddock fillet, it's going to run you around 200 calories. And we're going to put a little bit of butter and some white wine to kind of finish it and give it some nice flavor, keep it very mild. I mean, it's already a white, mild fish, so.
So this one, after you cook it, is going to be around 200 calories.
It'll be slightly higher than that with the butter.
Because of the butter and the wine.
But not too bad.
Well, compared to, I'm sure if you beer batter it, you know, you'd probably spike like 3 times that or something.
Probably.
And then the French fries, and then, you know what? Well, let's move on. Show some of the ingredients that folks need to get ready for this healthy.
All right. Well, we're going to be, I've washed my potatoes. We're going to kind of...
What kind of potatoes do you use?
This is just a standard Idaho baking potato. We're going to poke it a little bit.
Are russets different than the Idahos?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes and no. Here, I don't want to get you all
distracted all the time. All right, so we have the potato, and what else do folks need?
And then what I use is actually, I make a broccoli and carrot slaw, because personally I'm not a huge fan of your standard cabbage slaw. It's just, it's not necessarily my thing. So I do a broccoli and carrot slaw with a little bit of cabbage and red onion, and I do kind of a smoky mayo vinegar dressing using some local maple vinegar and also some apple cider vinegar, and we'll be doing that next segment.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So good to have you here. Chef David from the Buster Brown Bean Company is in, and you are making a healthy option to a fish fry.
Yeah, the healthy alternative to the Friday fish. Instead of deep frying it, we're going to broil it, or you can bake it at home if you...
Okay, I know I'm going to show you this in the next one, but what is this? It's like a mirror without the mirror.
It's kind of like a cast iron skillet.
And this is what you're going to cook it on?
Yep, we're going to cook it on that, but first we're going to make our slaw. In the instructions that I gave the viewers, told them to use a store-bought slaw mix. It's easier than breaking it all down yourself, and I actually also use a non-traditional slaw mix. I use a, there is some cabbage in there, but it's kind of like an Asian mix where there's broccoli and carrot in there, and the majority of it is the broccoli and carrot. So, actually what we're going to do is put the, we're going to make our dressing. Going to do our mayonnaise.
You can't mix it all together with the sauce?
I prefer to make my dressing
first. Does it make
first,
a difference?
and then yeah, and that way it's mixed together. It's much more thorough, and
you don't have clumps of something.
Clumps of something, exactly. We're trying to avoid that. So we got our mayonnaise.
That's my signature in my dishes. Clumps.
Oh, is it clumps?
Yes. You never know. It leaves life exciting.
So we have some apple cider vinegar here. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. We're going to use DeGolyer Farms. They're down in Chautauqua County. They make
apple cider vinegar?
This is maple vinegar, actually.
Can you smell?
Yep. It's pretty tangy, but it gives a great flavor. And now I'm doing a little bit of smoked paprika here.
Smoked paprika?
Smoked pap, some salt and pepper.
Oh, yeah,
and all this is kind of to your own taste, really.
What's that?
This is our garlic powder. We're going to do some celery seed. You don't need a lot of this because this stuff packs...
A punch?
A punch. They're tiny, but they're powerful. And then I like smoky flavor, so I'm actually going to add a little bit of cumin, too, ground cumin. All right? And
it
like
always
I said,
sounds when you say cumin that you're misspeaking.
I know, right?
Cumin.
We're not everyone. All right, so we're going to mix this together.
Okay, you continue mixing that up.
Yep.
We're going to mix it in with the slaw when we come back and get started on the haddock.
You didn't get your wine.
Oh, we go and do that during the break, honey. All right, back to you, Laura.
We're going to head back into the kitchen to see what Victoria and Chef David are doing. I think they're finishing up the fish fry.
Well, actually, we're finishing up the wine. Buster Brown Bean Company.
There you
Chef
go.
David, look at that. After one sip. This is a very good Sauvignon Blanc.
It's a Sauvignon Blanc from the Merritt Estate Wineries, which is a local, obviously, as everybody knows when I'm on here, I'm always local. We're also pairing it with Southern Tier Brews Old Man Winter, which every season they kind of put out a special brew. This one's hoppy, but it doesn't have a bitter finish. It's nice and smooth in the end.
Great with whitefish.
Both great with whitefish. Now, what we're going to do is get our haddock in the oven. This happens pretty quick. This is very easy to do at home, but you should really just come to my restaurant and I'll do it for you. I don't have a problem doing that.
That's a good plug.
There you go. Now,
you're in Fredonia. Let's just tell everybody
we're in Fredonia, New York. We're 33 Church Street in Fredonia, New York. The old Hook and Ladder Deli building, which is a famous old establishment down there. It's an old fire hall. What we're going to do is we're going to tuck the tail. That part of it is kind of thin. If you put that in the oven straight out, what happens is it can...
cooks fast?
It cooks faster and kind of gets a little rubbery. So you want to try to avoid that.
So you don't even put anything on it?
Whoops. Of course we do. Thank you for my little reminder, Victoria.
See, that's why I'm in the kitchen.
That's why you're in the kitchen, to remind me this morning, right? And then we're going to take a little bit of butter, because we want to keep this nice and healthy, right? A splash of our Sauvignon Blanc. And then a little bit of salt and pepper.
So you just put a dollop on it and let it spread by itself?
And then right into the oven. And what that does is it kind of creates its own sauce for our finished product.
The oven is set at what and for how long?
Well, we're going to broil it around 400 and usually like about 7 to 10 minutes depending on your oven. All right?
Don't tell me we're done. This is the long segment.
We're done. But now you get to you do get to try it. You get to eat it.
Okay, so let's explain this once more. You put it on broil for how long?
Put it on broil, like I said, 7 to 10 minutes depending on the size. You want to look for it to be kind of very light and flaky. If you kind of push slightly, those layers will come apart for you.
Okay.
And then now what I did is I actually went on to your Winging It website and Facebook, and I noticed that your viewers were asking, what about calorie counts? It's the new year. You're always telling us about healthy, blah, blah, blah.
Smart.
So that's why I gave that. You're looking at roughly, I'd say 200 to 300 calories. I'm not a nutritionist.
Just for the fish?
Just for the fish. You know, the powerhouse here is that coleslaw, because of the mayo and the egg and all that on there. You're probably looking at around 300 calories, 400 calories. The potato...
Just for that?
Just for that. But in the restaurant, we tend to use freshly seared vegetables. And then we're going to be using this in our second helping segment, little giveaway there. And then the potato, a lot of people, they're kind of, it's a misnomer. They're low in fat because they don't have...
and it's because you're just baking it.
Yeah, and you're just baking it. And I put a little sour cream on the side. The more sour cream and butter and all of that you add, obviously, the more fat and calorie you're going to add to it. But you're looking at a much cleaner, healthier version than deep frying.
Absolutely. Now, I always ask this, ways to lower the calorie, because these days you can buy fat-free, low-fat, any kind of like mayos, the extras that really do give you that power punch in calories.
Exactly. And my big thing, this is what I practice personally, and I always have, it's kind of more about moderation. I don't eat a ton of really big meals. I eat a very small, light breakfast, a very light lunch, and then my big meal tends to be my dinner meal, and that's where I kind of tend to get my calories at the end of the day, because that's really when I can usually relax and actually eat something. Versus...
My mother swears by...
I have 2 kids that are around the age of 2. I do a lot of chasing, so I burn a lot of calories, too.
My parents always say, eat your midday or never eat before 5 o'clock, like a huge, heavy meal once you get past 50 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
This is delicious.
Thank you very much.
And you would recommend pairing it with the Sauvignon Blanc?
The Sauvignon Blanc, yep, because we used it to cook with it. You just carry that flavor right straight on through.
Oh, sorry.
And... Was that good, Victoria? Here, do you need something to... Merritt doesn't mind you plugging them and washing that down, believe me. So yeah, we do our Icelandic haddock. It's 3 ways. You can do it this. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Our dinner services start at 5 and end usually like around 9 o'clock.
Excellent. David, when we come back, we're going to do a second helping.
Yes, we are.
Can't wait for that. We're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, Amelia's going to take a look outside. She's also going to tell us about maybe some snow this week. So stay with us. All right, I'm sitting around eating potato chips. Well, Chef David is running around massively getting ready for our second helpings. We're taking the fish, and you're making tacos.
We're making whitefish tacos. Every Tuesday at the Buster Brown Bean Company is Taco Tuesday. So we've done beef, we've done chicken, we do a lot of whitefish, we do a lot of shrimp tacos.
People love fish tacos?
People love, especially during the summer.
Kids, too.
Yeah. We,
It's talking.
What's going on over there? So what I did is I just heated up... Disgruntled worker, yeah. We just heated up our skillet here.
Okay.
We're taking our leftover fish and we're heating it through just a little bit.
So you do reheat it a bit?
Yep. And actually what we do in the restaurant is actually just take a raw piece and right on our flat top. We use blackened seasoning sometimes, and you name it. I mean, it's just so versatile. And then what we're going to do after that's done heating is we're going to take about 2 to 3 portions, depending on the size.
And you cut up some lettuce and then put some of the coleslaw on top of
Yep,
it.
I got our coleslaw, so we're using up our coleslaw. We're a very sustainable company, the Buster Brown Bean Company, so we like to use our leftovers.
And tell people where you're located, exactly how to get there if they're heading through Fredonia.
You're going to take the I-90, exit right off the thruway there, basically. And then we are 33 Church Street. We're at the corner of Church and Center Streets in Fredonia. And we're right in downtown. It's a beautiful, beautiful little town. It's a college town. There's a lot of small town, mom and pop style businesses. If you like to support that, there's a lot of farmers. There's the wine trail, which is absolutely excellent. It stretches all the way from like the north side of the county all the way down to the New York State PA line. And there's going to be some stuff coming up in February for the wine trail, another event in June.
You're great at promoting all the local wineries.
I
and
try to promote local, so you know me, I'm a local guy.
And this is what it looks like.
And this is what it looks like afterwards, yep.
Since it's so messy, I'm going to have to try when we're off air, so I don't have to worry about it spilling all over with my friend John behind the camera telling me to wipe.
Yeah, right, there you go.
All right. So nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Nice to see you.
Can't
Happy
wait for
New Year.
you to come back again.
Soon.
And I'm leaving already.
Bye,
Actually, Laura,
Victoria.
back to you.